Hello everyone and welcome back to the next episode of Airport CEO, where in the last episode we built these 5 stands here, in a continuing mission to keep expanding our airport. Now, after the last episode, quite a funny issue happened where basically no ramp agents could get to these stands. It was just a bug or a glitch. It's been solved now, but it means that these stands, they're still trying to catch up all the flights from being delayed. It's not too bad yet, but also we keep getting issues of not enough check-in desks, but I'm pretty sure we do have enough check-in desks. It's just that they're being a bit weird sometimes, but hopefully this stuff is going to get less difficult due to flight spacing now being set to 120 minutes, so slowly they'll adjust that. Anyway, what I also want to do right away is get this cafe does not do very well. I'm going to turn it into a shop, because shops in this area are, we could call them busy, I think. Yeah, and if you just see the number of people standing around there. So, I mean, that gets plenty of sales, but we're going to try to build another shop to relieve, or maybe, in fact, I've got another idea. It's now midnight, so this one we're going to cancel the contract, we're going to delete the room. We're then going to delete that wall. We have multiple entrances, that's fine. We've got this shop here, which we're going to cancel the contract. Because in this overnight period, we're just going to use it as time to reorganise our shops. So that was Flygo, I will remember that, because they really liked Flygo. Right, wait for them to demolish this wall, so we're going to have, oh yeah, the shop room here. Yeah, we got rid of the shop room, so there we go, and there. And we could probably just try to just clone this with another one here, I guess, and then maybe look at smaller shells we could do around the entrance here. Could also maybe get another checkout there. In fact, no, just push it up against the wall, I think, in fact. But yeah, let's get more capacity. Oh, that's not going to get centred. Just realised. Yeah, let's just not centre it then. That's fine. Let's just not centre it, but yeah. We can then, what else can we get? We can get some pedestals here, here, there we go. And this one we're going to make, if we get the contract back, we're going to make this. If the contract comes back, we'll do Flygo here. This one, we'll switch this up to something else. It's got a lot of kind of like fancy ones. I'm not sure we really want fancy ones. I think we probably want like, let's get ads to go, and then I'm hoping we'll get Flygo, which they really seem to want here. We'll see if the contract comes back. We've got this. Are they going to bring back Flygo, or should we do a different contract? I was kind of hoping for Flygo, because everyone loved it. Let's just go back to relay then, why not? But I'm hoping we're going to take some demand away from this shop. That's why I kind of want to switch Flygo, because that was the one that was clearly very popular. But yeah, we're going to have hordes of crowds going to this shop. And we've got quite a few people. But it's possible some of them are just cutting across, but yeah. Actually, you know what? He's fairly busy. And yeah, that's gonna quite easily meet the sales target, but my hope is it'll just take a bit of pressure off that one. Right. Next up, are all our flights on time? Yes, it does appear that way. I think we're gonna look into getting the next 3 stands here, which are not too expensive. I also think at some point we might look into... Let's just push the road along there for now. At some point we might look into getting jetways. Maybe this episode will finally build 2nd floor by our stands. I don't think we can do it with the small ones, but yeah. You also might be able to use that in a way to split a bit people between arrivals and departures, but I don't know. I feel like we should use these 2 stands to try them first, because they're going to be very easy to get the 2nd floor around there. So if we just did this to like there, it's a really secure zone. If we just cut it from where the wall is cut there, that shop, that's in a more of an open plan shop. Actually, let's just cut it off there anyway. In fact, could just cut the wall from there. Right, and then that becomes a secure zone, which will then, like when these pieces of wall get deleted, they'll then become unsecure again, so we'll have to do that again. Right, and then what have we got down here? So this is 2 from the end. No, not 2 from... So technically that goes... That wall there is actually the wall at the end of it, so that will help us. Do it, so essentially push this down to the end here. And then once that gets built, hopefully we can just switch up to... We could probably get more seats down here as well. Or we could... This is a tiny lounge which always gets full. We can move it to a slightly bigger lounge, so it'll probably still always get full, but... at least it'll be slightly bigger. So yeah, let's do that. And yeah, let's make a slightly bigger lounge that'll still almost always certainly get full. So if we just put that there, we could get like a buffet. We can actually get windows on these. I mean, I know we haven't been very good at getting windows in places in this airport, but you know what, let's get some windows in. Quite a space. That small one. Kind of weird random windows, but oh well, right. Let's go back to the lounge. So we want a buffet table. Oops, wrong positioning. Actually, we'll remove that information desk forward a bit. In fact, we could even get it like here, just to get a bit more space for tables, which we need. So the design we're kind of going for is these laptop tables generally get popular at lounges, so and we're going to get some along this wall, and we get some in here. We could even go along the window as well. There we go. That's that bit of it. We got some nice plants. So some ferns maybe, that seems fine. That seems fun in fact. And then maybe a couple of other variations of tables here. A round table. A two-person round table. There we go, like that. And then this, we can do it any airline, open it. In fact, we'll have it complementing this one. We won't close it for now. Could probably get one over in these terminals as well. Right. Meanwhile, we have got all of this up here built, so once these flights have gone, we will switch them over at the same time. I think we're gonna continue this all round. Which might even trying to work out, we might design these a bit differently now, just because of the ways that the fact we can, in terms of sending exiting passengers down to the ground floor straight away. So I might actually change up these boarding gates or not. We'll see. So yeah, we could immediately like do staircase down here. But yeah, let's actually, rather than, in fact, let's just close this stand for now. We've got enough stands open. Demolish a few sets of these. Same with this one. Just close it for now. It's just for flexibility purposes, just demolish a few sets of these. These are never going to be opened until. Just close them. Let's get the jetways built for these. I won't do these yet until we actually work out what the setup is. Build a jetway. And we're going to build a jetway. There we go. So how are we going to do it? First of all, we need to make sure that everything's secure in this area. We can continue the secure zone round as well. And that will do us nicely. Secure zone round to here. So, the annoying thing is we're going to have to choose one side for a wall. So that's a wall there, right. So what we're going to do is we're going to immediately, hang on, yeah, we're not going to be able to, hang on, let's just lock off all of these as well. We are going to lock up that. However, we do still need ways for ramp agents to get to these stands. The way we're going to do it, it's a bit weird, but we just put a walkway along here. We make that secure zone and staff zone as well. That's probably not entirely necessary. We can still have then the ramp agents making their way around to the stands for baggage and for the service rounds. Right, so once everything gets demolished, we will then resume. It's probably not like escalators though, because it's like two-way, even though they'll never be used for two-way. Or do we just do lifts? I don't know. How do we do it? I've got another way of doing it. We just cover all of that in, right. Get rid of that. We're going to have, like, just re-secure that. Probably like 3 wide wall. If we just do a little entrance there. And then we just build that down there. So this, Now demolish, not demolish the wall. Oops, and demolish. There we go. You can do this as a bit of a different setup, but yeah, it's going to involve redoing everything. So it's going to end here. So then, beyond here, we're then going to have the boarding desks, which we're going to have the automated ones. So, if we just extend this wall down a bit, this wall would extend down, but it doesn't really. So then the boarding desks, we just want like 1, 2, 3. How many have we got in like most of our other stands? Just out of interest, I think it's 5. It generally seems to work well, so we're going to go for 6. So, we just go like that, and like that. They then funnel into there. Meanwhile, the departing passengers get funneled down here. I'm hoping they will actually use this. And once again, we're going to do like a setup like that here, so the gap is there. Strictly, have we actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? How on earth did we manage that? Let's just do that. Symmetry. It's a wonderful thing. So I'm hoping now we're going to just get in snow, probably a medium for later. Oh, I don't know actually, even that's too big. Just do a small one to help them make their way up here. And then at this point here, so we're going to demolish this wall, which will probably go not secure now. We're just going to kind of do an area here where we're going to have 2 of these. No idea how easy it would be to like set these up as like going down only, but what if we just go down? There we go. That'll do, right, so trying to work out if there's any way we can, you know, like force them to not go through this way, but I'm not sure there is. Maps, security patrols, yeah. I don't think there is. Until we get to the point of like separating out our entire airport. So here's the thing now, we're going to change the travelator setups here so they don't have travelators going this way. It's entirely going to be the other direction, right? Because we are then, once these all get built, we're just going to be able to open these up again. And these are going to go the other way, so they're going to go down to about here, where there'll be an area where they can then go down the floor to go round. So these will get built. We could probably look at ways to get some seats in as well. Okay. Once the boarding desks start getting built, then they should work. The other thing is they tend to like to get automatically connected when they're by the jetway, which is nice. Whereas they don't on ground floor, which is weird, but okay. So they're connecting to the stand. So that one done. Right. That one we're going to reopen it now. We're going to see how it works. Same with this one, right? Well, is there a plane for this? No. Yes, there is. So can't do anything about that. What we're going to do? I'm just going to do the standard one, which is like that on the gate. There we go. It's going to be 3 stands merging in, so I don't know how they'll have to cross over a bit, but they won't cross over, they won't. At the same time, I know how they kind of have to like cross over flows here, which is a bit awkward, but in fact we can do some nice like doors. Why not? Why not do some doors? So we can like think like, yeah, they're being directed a certain way. There we go. So yeah, we just do this, so just kind of a way in which we separate them, although the easiest way would be to just bring them all down straight away, which we could do that, to be honest. Yeah, you know what, why don't we do that rather than messing around like this? So we just demolish that. We'll keep the doors on these. I like the doors. If we just demolish all of this, we re-secure everything. There we go. So this, they go out. And we'll make them come down this way, I think, just because that's more efficient. And also, it doesn't matter if they're coming out the right, because they aren't going to be boarding and getting off the plane at the same time. So once again, we're going to do a setup where we have lift, and then at the end of that we're going to have a small staircase, which I've just realised that's way too big. Yeah, let's just line that up actually with the back of this. So, oh, not again. I always hate when they just unsecure walls. So, just like really there. Okay, so 1, 2. And then we can do this and this, and then staircase. Looks like here, wasn't it? So if we just went like that, and then like that, there we go. It's kind of the setup, so, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the doors still. So they go out this way. I don't think there's anything we can do with the doors. It kind of makes them, like, say, only for people going in. But yes, so what I'm going to do as well is, because they need to get out to the planes at Rampage, and so if we just page down where they enter, which is exactly here, I'm going to place a door. And that's also going to help line up, like the staff zone. It's also going to help line up where we need to place all of these, because really we want to place it on the ground floor. So we want to place it so the door's exactly here. Why does the lift not get placed? Can't be placed on walls. Wait, what? How's this one? Slightly moved over. Wait, what? Oh. Those are actually in a slightly different position, which that's more centred. Yeah, why isn't this one? And actually that would be better, wouldn't it? Let's just demolish everything now. So while we're fiddling with all of this, they're actually still using those stands over there. And let's centre it, why not, even though they have to go in that side. So technically that can get connected to that baggage bay. Let's just do the baggage bays for all of them. And we should do like the setup, yeah, so it's one gap in the middle, so say 5, so another 5 going down here. So 5, I think it is. There we go, so we do that, sort of set up. And they go up the left, so like that, and I think at least for coming down we want them to be able to do both ways, but there we go, so that goes up, that goes down, that goes that way, that still goes that way, that goes this way, and that goes no way, because that makes it look neater. So that one technically could get turned on now. So how does it look up here and down here? Right, we cleared everything. Probably going to have to re-secure everything, but I know, not really an issue. Not really an issue, right. That surprises me, right. And then, yeah. Right, so, copy and paste again. Right, take 2, so, do it on the door there. We do it from the ground floor, because otherwise the stairs and lift will go funky. I think that's it. Yeah, it's right by where they're going. Or we need to check in normal check-in desk or boarding desk. Okay. Not where were they? Yeah, we've got hangers. That's fine. So let's just do this now. Oops, that was not correct. What have we done? Now we now have to delete everything and start again. Right. Let's try again. Like there. There we go, and then there. There we go. Just make sure, I think I've done this before, but all the entrances are in the secure zone. Make sure there's a staff zone on this door. So that goes down here or down there. And they've got the, we might reorganise the travelators, but it's not pretty much stop them. In fact, get another one in here. And that leads up to there, so yeah, we could do more of these, but yeah, this works, I think. Oh, I see what, hang on a minute. So, right, what they're doing here is they're using this when coming out of security to go as a route downstairs. Is there anything we can stop them doing? I'm not sure there is anything we can actually do about like actually stopping them doing that. We can obviously do things which like stop discourage them by putting that wall back across up to here, and that'll mean they stop thinking that's a better idea. Right. I think that these are ready to open. Just once they've got all their boarding desks built. We haven't got the vehicles for them, but we should have enough vehicles at this point. 3 more stands. Right. So, the one thing is we're going to have to... Okay, hang on. How many of these can we close? Okay, I've got 2 of them shut. We're going to have to build this kind of mirrored to this, which means it's going to be a bit more awkward. Also, there's going to be a lot less area for seating. I suppose this area here would be for seating, but yeah. get rid of these benches, and then literally, because these stands are closed, we're going to get rid of everything to here. Right, if we go for a jetway, this one, yeah, this one we can't do anything about for now, because if that's plain there, it's due out about 3.5 hours, so we'll hope that we can catch it when it's due to leave. So you're going to do the exact same setup with these stands, just going to have to be mirrored compared to the other way, which means we can't really easily copy and paste it. And then we'll work out how we're doing seats for all of these areas. I feel like passengers are still using this, yeah. That's not what you're supposed to do. Okay, all the people have come up for boarding now, anyway. If people are using it to get to... Listen, you're not supposed to do this. Oops, I rotated. There we go. Whatever. To be honest, I don't even care that much. I want to make it look like it is, but... There we go, so... Essentially we can try to kind of mirror image it, except it'll be like in a different place. So what we want is we want the door by the stand. So we'll get a door by the stand. We then want essentially these, the next kind of big tile beneath the door, kind of the one spacing. So the next big tile beneath the door, how many are there? So they're 5 away from the wall. The next, yeah, so like there, and then we then get that going down like with the oval, so the corner pieces, yeah, on the left. So yeah, like that. Not like that. That's why I did wrong there. It's like, it's actually not particularly helpful. The fact that it's copied that extra wall, but it's fine. It won't get built, so it's like that. Right, and then it's going to be like this, but we're going to have to replace the door. Door shouldn't be there. It should be there. It should then go like that, and then we get the walls around it all like this. So then we're going to get them to go all the way around this side and going, because this is just, yeah, to the right. Hoping this is a bit less, but that shop's a bit less busy now. We'll look at the end of the episode. Right, so we can then, you can't really do much with that yet, but we can get it for this one on this floor. So yeah, this travelator here isn't centered. What we can do as well is we can just like go small, isn't it? We can double up to make them centered. I'm gonna so much point in just, yeah, let's just change that one to a medium. Whoops. Okay, we can just press the clone button rather than selecting it in the menu, right? And then we can see these are larges. Just double them up. And then just a small, right, there we go. And then we're gonna do some conveyor belts for our, some travelators of our own on the next floor up. One space, yeah. These are going this way. Let's just do some like small ones here now. In fact, let's just go between these. There we go. and then like this. There we go. Oops, that didn't work well. Alright. And then we can do this one now, and hang on, that flight should have left now. We should have. Oh, for goodness sake. For goodness sake, we did that one wrong. Wrong positioning. Right, this should be able to be closed now. So, we then demolish the rest of what's downstairs. We build a jetway. We undemolish the wall we're trying to demolish. Here, we don't want it being demolished. We build it up again, right. Let's go back to trying to actually get this correct. Placement. Just like that. There we go, and then the lifts won't build anyway, so it's just like about getting it right. So that's got centered. There we go. And then once this all gets demolished, we can clone this setup here. That's where the door is. There we go. No, we can't. The access. We need to make it all secure first. Actually, it might not matter. But wait for them to demolish everything. There we go. Right. If we clone down here, hopefully it will all line up. So I mean, I'll actually done my job correctly for once. Right. It's here, isn't it? All got placed in. Oh yeah, we're still all done correctly. Right. All three of them can open up again now. So what we will want now is we will want some seats. We haven't actually, these are the seats kind of, and let's just go over here. So using them nice ones with plants, nice and spacious. So we might actually go a bit less spacious in these areas. Depends, yeah, because we can fit more in like there. There we go, and then same layout with a few more sets going down there, why not? And then like there, there, there. You can have more going up to the end there. Right, and then yeah, here we might need to rotate them a bit. These are the seats we use. We just went for like that. They don't fit in particularly well, do they? We just did that. And then kind of did like that, then that with the... That's the end. In fact, we could increase the width. Now let's just leave it like that. And then this area here, we can do more, so let's get these ones back. There we go, more seats, more seats. There we go, that'll do. And then, very difficult to do these travel aids in an effective way, unless we do kind of like a staggered system. So these will go. Would a medium be too big for this? Yeah, I think it would be. But if we did a small one, that's not going to fit in really. If we did a small one kind of between like up to here, the block before, that one can go up to like there. And that one can also go up to like there. This one can go up to like there. It's a bit weird, but it works, kind of. Okay, now that just looks weird. I feel like we should just do them at the same place as these. There we go, that'll do. And then I think I kind of want to get in is around here is some facilities for the passengers, mainly bathrooms, I think, because that's what we're lacking. Right, stand is open again. Right, well, if I could just build a wall there, so everything should be functional again. One should be walking around the top now and getting off and going down to the bottom, or doing whatever these passengers are doing. Oh gosh, right. We'll help them by getting some more facilities in around here. So what we're gonna do, actually just do another wall there. It'd be literally 4 wide, wouldn't it? Never mind, it'll be quite small. Right, just do some bathroom facilities. So they're going to be very small, but they'll still do the job. So hand dryer, hand dryer, hand dryer, hand dryer, hand dryer, sinks, and then toilets. And this one we'll make the male one. So we're also going to do your own, so let's do one more toilet cubicle. Right, so this is going to be male, which is going to be female. So those are some quite cramped, but we're going to hopefully be able to get some bigger ones somewhere around here, right? Await contractors building it. I think they're still focused on it around there. We don't want to open them before they've built them, because then the passengers will get confused. At this point I'm tempted to just tear down that wall there. And the thing I want to do down here, actually, now I think about it, is just make sure these doors, I mean, they probably won't get used anyway, just make them staff only. There you go. There you go. We may as well just have the end of the wall be here. So yeah, these are a slightly different setup to those ones. Right, are we building stuff now? They're building the walls first. I mean, they've got a couple of hand dryers out there, right? Can we actually, like, have a contractors build the useful stuff, please? Okay, yeah, we're still waiting for contractors. Oh, there we go, that one's good enough to be opened. So is this one. Right, and then we'll try. We could go beyond to there. We could also do some very elongated bathrooms here. If we put them like there, I think. Yeah, that'll be fine, right? It's also not the biggest, but whatever. Let's design these. These might be interesting design, right? We just did like hand dryer. Right, yeah, we can just do like that, and then sinks along this wall here. Right. We just a similar thing here. Something on the corner there. There we go. And this is male. It doesn't have to be opened actually, this is female. We can open it as well. They've got more localised facilities in this area. And yeah, down here it's a bit empty, but whatever. How many passengers actually? Well, the passengers just ignoring the way, yeah. They're just using this way to get out, which it's not what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to do this. Go down here. If I just like, especially if they kind of go down the lifts, they kind of go in around. Yeah, we could also look at deleting these and just getting like a security zone exit on this side, that might help them actually go, oh no, actually I should be using the proper way down. So if we just went for like there and there maybe, security exit. Could do like a triple one there, and then could do like another triple one here. There we go. So we just get this ready. I think also technically we need to be like have the wall as a secure, like the bit in the wall here as a secure zone. Come on, delete this, there we go. Travelators have gone as well, so we just get these placed down. Right. So they can exit there. Give them some more travelators, which is no, that's not too bad of a length actually. Is it here? It's not there, it's there, right. And then that might help them be encouraged to exit the airport this way. Okay, this shop is very busy, but it's probably handling the crowds a lot better, so yeah, it's right to try to expand that. Yeah, it's all busy around here. Ooh, I've got a Steam achievement. Depart 500,000 passengers via aircraft. Great stuff. It's a temptation to like try to like funnel people out this way, or even to like, I think we technically have to like delete a bit of the terminal, but like have a subway entrance like in the middle of it all. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Again, I need to delete the terminal. Like, hang on. That would be a good area. We could like center it on this, or like down here. I don't know. I'm not really decided, but we could get like just like here maybe. Could get one, and in fact we could just like replicate it up here. If we're going for that, like one like here maybe, and one like here, right. Might be a bit weird this, but if we just get the subway entrance, metro entrance, I'm going to call it, in the middle of the terminal. Even though technically it's outside, but it's not really. I'm just going to build it like this, so it will look a bit weird, but it still fully works. But just going to allow passengers to be dispersed a bit easier. But yeah, they're really kind of hiding in the shadows right now. I think more people are going down here now, and yeah, you see very few people going around there. Right, that's good. It's kind of some nice terminal reorganisation, right. All of those have still got a contract except for this one. Right, that's a cafe. Let's go for Swift Veg, that'll do. This one's not been doing the best, right. That's good, that's good, that's... Ooh, that's not perfect, right. But yeah, hopefully anyway, once these all get built, they'll then have passengers coming in and out a wider range of different locations, like there, and that will hopefully disperse passengers a bit better. But yeah, they do still look a bit spooky. Anyway, I think that will do enough for this episode. We've got 8 stands here, including 3 of them being new stands with jetways. I love how they, yeah. I mean, it's a thing to note of, like, if it's quicker for passengers to just walk along the wall here, which, I mean, it is because of, like, trigonometry. Let them. And, like, actually help them. with some travelators here as well. No, that's loads of travelators. Same here, in fact. Yeah, in fact. You could even... there, and then we'll go into a medium here. But if they prefer this because of being a shorter distance, we'll still help them get to the plane faster by building travelators along here. Yeah, everything. Staff is good. Service vehicles is good. Also, probably helps if we put travelators going this way, like by the wall. We're then also, like, in terms of passenger time calculations, they're not going to be walking this way along the wall here, because I've stuck a travelator in their way. But they could walk right along the wall here and be faster. Get out of the terminal there. So a lot of them are choosing to go out there, probably because of the baggage. Right, there we go. Oops, I went down. Right, these can get built. There we go. That should speed them up for that bit. There we go. Zooming now. And all the ones that are walking the other way have to walk around, which is slowing them down and making them more likely to just do the route they're supposed to. Okay, they're all getting out while these are getting in. That's a bit weird, but okay. But everything's going good, so yeah. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.